Well, Malik, it's been a long day. It's been a wonderful day. I've been here in London and walking the streets, enjoying Jamaican food as you took us to.
How was it?
Oh, it was absolutely awesome. What was the name? Savannah Jerk?
Savannah Jerk.
Absolutely awesome. Malik, you know, I also had the experience of walking the streets of London and talking to quite a few people, asking them about the economy and the global state, this state here in London. So I want to ask you the question. With regards to the recession, quote unquote, that America is experiencing, the mindset of the people feeling down, what is your perception of London today?
My perception of this is simply that London has been affected adversely by this whole economic recession, world recession. And so what really happened in America in terms of the foreclosures and so on under the Obama administration has had a direct impact here.
Wow.
So what we find is that the whole, for example, the occupying protest that took place in Wall Street last month has spread now to 900 cities all over the world.
Wow.
And London, only last week, was affected. We're St. Paul's Cathedral, which has never been closed since World War II. It was closed last Friday because protesters came, set their camps up around the area. And so it's a reflection of people power. Everybody's concerned about the impact or the relationship between government and the financial sector. And people are tired, people are frustrated. Closures everywhere, government jobs being lost, and people just having a very hard time. So it's a very trying time in London.
You know, I was just talking and had the great pleasure of having dinner with a young lady that is a part of the government in employment. And she works very heavily in the area of mental depression and stress. I was just floored at what she relayed to me as it relates to the epidemic of depression and stress that is taking place in London. Interesting as well is that with all the tourists and all the money that has to be coming into London, that there are many people that are lacking. There are certain races that are lacking more than others. That racism is prevalent, even more so than in the States. I was surprised. I mean, call me ignorant, but you know, I've even heard of individuals talking about, talking about the homosexual, the gays, bisexuals, etc. That is more accepted here. But then I come here and I realize, no, the same struggle is universal. So what is interesting is that our organization, I know you know what we do here at Bountiful Opportunities Group. We founded the Global World Peace True Purpose Movement, and our intent, the reason that I'm here right now with Vanessa McLean, who is also one of the key instruments for the True Purpose team, we're here right now sowing seed into the transformation of London. How do you feel about that?
Yeah, I think that right now there is a real need in London for another way of looking at the same problems, right? The mental health situation here in London, what you find is that people of color are disproportionately represented in the mental health system. Because it's generally a one-size-fits-all situation. People feel depressed or have mental health issues, go into the system, get drugged up, but they're never truly healed from the trauma. This will get to the roots of the issue. And so with the job cuts and so on now, there's a general level of sadness. And people want to find a way, a reason to get up each morning, look after their families, etc. And so there is now a need for people to be more in touch with their spiritual side, not their religious side, their spiritual side.
Wow. Right.
London is filled with churches of all denominations.
That's right, on every corner.
Right? There's multi-faith groups almost everywhere.
That's right.
But the problems still persist.
That's right.
So it's more now about the need for principles.
That's right.
To come in place, and those principles can be applied irrespective of social class, gender, or sexual orientation.
Even in America, President Barack Obama has just released the right for marriage. All right, so now the homosexuals have a right to marriage in New York. In New York, it was given to them. So we have widespread. There's changes going on. I find it just very interesting as I hear you talk about the dilemma here in London. It's just no different than what I'm hearing for the U.S. It's amazing. This is a global epidemic of need for transformation in mind, body, soul, and spirit. And I'm going to tell you, Malik, because I know you're busy moving and shaking, doing your thing. You don't have all day to be fooling with me here at the coffee shop. Where are we right now? We're at Cafe Nero.
Covent Garden.
Yes, in Covent Garden. Yes, absolutely awesome. Great place. Just had a wonderful cup of hot chocolate. So did Vanessa McLean. Had our wonderful hot chocolate. We're just enjoying ourselves. But I'm going to tell you, at the end of the day, our idea for change is prevalent and real. We are doing what is necessary to bring change and to bring a different dynamic of that opportunity. So we're meeting with government officials. We're meeting people and doing things that are necessary. And that is by first, we're celebrating for the change of London, and we're coming with a new hope. But we're also going to be launching a True Purpose Center here in London, which will be awesome. And that True Purpose Center will render for individuals all of the resources and tools that are needed for them to actually come to their life's highest potential. That's giving them the personal development workshops and seminars, even online classes, as well as giving them the opportunity to come in and speak with coaches and consultants regarding their business, family, or individual needs, which is phenomenal. And we're doing this not here only in London, but we also have 2 offices coming up in London, in Nigeria, not too far from here. So the need is the same abroad. Some of the resources that are provided are more limited in other areas than more so than here. Speaking of resources, how are the resources here? Do you have Family Independence Agency?
Yeah, there are a range of agencies here, very similar to America. And one of the things about Britain is that there's a real social welfare system. You can actually go to a hospital now as a visitor and be seen to without insurance, right? There's nothing at all to worry about in terms of being treated fairly or getting access to medical attention.
Oh, wow.
The downside, however, is that because you have so many people claiming the same thing, and with Europe being open now, so you have people from France, Germany, Spain coming into London, and therefore there's a strain on the natural resources that are here. So they exist, but they're spread very thin. In terms of the True Purpose Center, I think it's very timely, and it will succeed because at the right time now in London.
Yes.
People are craving for a third way.
Wow.
Another way right now. And so it's very much on time, and it will work.
Completely pushed to this area and just around the world, because what we're realizing is that this is a universal language of need. The term need is universal right now in today's time. And I believe that the reason that we're coming to this is because there's a need of mindset change. Okay? So what we're going to be doing in February, we're going to come with a 3-day workshop. That 3-day workshop is going to entail all of the resources and tools that are needed for you to come to a different mindset of change that will bring you into the fulfillment of your highest potential in life, which is what you were destined for. It will break down the barriers mentally and also physically for you. And that's what we're going to do. And we're going to talk about in your story. It's in your story. We're going to help you push past those limitations that you have also set up for yourself. So it's going to be absolutely awesome. We're going to do that in February. And I hope that you're going to come, right?
I will be there.
I know you will. I know you will. And the True Purpose Center, by that time, we should have a location that we can start to help people, adults and youth. Yeah. Our mission is to help billions of people, Malik.